Think back to a time when you delivered the perfect counterargument. You had the facts, the logic was airtight, and you left the other person with absolutely nothing left to say. In that moment, it felt like you won. But look at the person across from you. They stiffen their posture. They break eye contact. The logic might have been perfect, but you can feel the warmth leave the room. We often think that social power comes from being the loudest or the smartest, that having the sharpest comeback is the same thing as having charisma. Dale Carnegie, who spent his life studying how people are influenced, realized that this aggressive approach is often counterproductive. He famously noted that if you convince someone against their will, they still hold their original opinion. You can prove them wrong with facts, but you can't argue them into changing their mind. The real cost of that victory is resentment. The other person walks away believing exactly what they did before, but now they also have a reason to distrust the person who made them feel small. Real influence requires a different approach. When you protect someone's dignity, even during a disagreement, you build a connection. That ability to leave others feeling seen and respected is what defines true charisma. Charismatic people don't fight for validation because they aren't looking for the room to confirm their worth. They've already settled that question internally. This security allows them to let the other person be right. By staying calm and absorbing an argument's impact, they signal quiet confidence. Without an ego to fight against, defensiveness melts away. Both sides move toward a genuine connection instead of a battle. People naturally gravitate toward those who don't treat every conversation as a test of intelligence. It's magnetic because it's rare. When you elevate someone else's dignity above your desire to be right, you unlock a level of social influence that logic alone can't reach. You can start building this habit by changing how you approach your next disagreement. First, take a moment to pause. Before you walk into a difficult conversation, explicitly decide that your goal is to understand, rather than making sure they understand you. Next, try to find a graceful concession. Even if you disagree with most of what they say, find one small part of their perspective that is true and acknowledge it out loud. That one small acknowledgement can instantly lower the tension. It signals that you aren't an opponent, but a collaborator. Then follow the one more question rule. Instead of stating your opinion as soon as they finish talking, ask them to tell you more about how they reached their conclusion. By asking questions, you show that you value their input. It also keeps you in control of the conversation's direction without making the other person feel pressured. This was the core of Carnegie's philosophy. You influence people not by broadcasting your own brilliance, but by making them the center of the interaction. The person who asks the best questions usually guides the room, and they do it in a way that makes everyone else feel heard. A sharp comeback gives you a quick rush of satisfaction, but that feeling is hollow compared to the value of a lasting relationship. Charismatic people play the long game. They understand that a single conversation is never worth the erosion of long-term trust. They would rather plant a seed than win a battle, because seeds grow into something neither person could have built alone. To get there, you need a new way to measure your success. At the end of a conversation, stop asking yourself if you won. Instead, ask yourself this one vital question. Did the other person leave feeling better for having talked to me? In a world that often rewards loudness, people will always follow the person who makes them feel like they matter. True influence begins when you stop chasing the argument and realize the only battle worth winning is the one against your own ego.